Well, Korea-Japan ties are not going too well, and Japan today threw salt on that as it approved a set of new textbooks that claim territory over Korea's easternmost Dokdo Island. Now, South Korea has laid out its response to strengthen education in Dokdo to its students and summoned Japan's minister in South Korea to complain of Tokyo's actions. Now, Tokyo's ambassador to Seoul is back in Tokyo and hasn't been returned here to Seoul for weeks now. Connie Kim reports.
Japan has renewed its claim to Korea's easternmost Dokdo islets and textbooks that'll be used by Japanese high school students by next year. Seoul's foreign ministry on Friday reported that nearly 80% of the 24 new social studies textbooks approved for use in Japan include the claim that Dokdo is Japanese territory. That figure has risen significantly from 4 years ago, when 62% of the authorized social studies textbooks carried Japan's claim over Korean territory. On top of that, 13 of the new textbooks contain references to Japan's enslavement of Korean women during World War II. And 7 of them contain references to the landmark Comfort Women Agreement that was aimed at resolving the row between the two countries. In response, Seoul took action immediately, lodging an official complaint calling for a revision.
The Japanese government must realize that the biggest victims of its incorrect historical perception are future generations. Japan must face history and show it can be responsible for educating the next generation.
Chung Byung-won, the ministry's Director General for Northeast Asian Affairs, summoned Hideo Suzuki, a minister from the Japanese embassy, to lodge a complaint about the textbooks and urged Tokyo to change the content. Seoul also announced its plans to strengthen its education about Dokdo. South Korea's education ministry announced that primary and secondary schools will put more hours into teaching students the historical and geographical facts about its easternmost islets. And all of this is happening in the absence of the Japanese ambassador in Seoul, and it's getting harder for the two countries to find an exit plan. Connie Kim, Arirang News.